Welcome to the Bachelorette Breakdown with Joleen. Welcome to the BB Breakdown with Joleen. That's me. Hi, guys, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to the Bachelorette Breakdown with Joleen. This is going to be the first time I am covering The Bachelor or The Bachelorette. This is by request. A lot of you have asked me to do The Bachelorette through the years, and I finally decided, you know what? This is the year. And let me give you a short reason why. Because we have a Bachelorette who's 39, and I cannot believe they let a 39-year-old woman on television. That's cuckoo. Living in LA as long as I have, I think, I don't know, they must all be on drugs or the pandemic got to their brains. Either way, I'm here for it. So I'm going to cover all the episodes of The Bachelorette this season. I'll be going live sometime with, or I should say sometimes, with some Bachelorette fans and favorites from my channel. So it's going to be a good season. This looks like it's going to be a very dramatic season. I just watched the first episode, which was 2 hours long. So I'm going to recap it. Also some spoilers. So if you don't normally like spoilers, you probably don't want to watch this video. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. Bachelor Nation, a lot of things are happening. Another reason I'm covering the show, they literally filmed down the street from me in La Quinta, and I'm in Palm Desert. I go by La Quinta all the time. It's super fancy and nice. I actually go to the Target over there.
It makes me feel really special.
If this is your first time on my channel, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe and smash the bell so you get notified every time I go live. I cover other shows like Survivor and Big Brother and The Challenge and Bravo and 90 Day Fiancé. Basically, I watch too much television. Let's get into this recap and chat about The Bachelorette. All right, so we have Clare Crawley, I think her name is Crawley or something like that. She's 39. She's been on quite a few iterations of The Bachelor, Bachelor in Paradise, Bachelor hook up in a house, a Bachelor with some, douchebag who didn't pick her. And she is back. They picked her to be the Bachelorette this season. Like I said, she's 39, which makes her the oldest Bachelorette, which we've seen previews people are going to throw in her face going forward, which is always nice, because 39 is not old. I'm 40. But, so I have to say that. But in Hollywood terms, you guys, 39 is dead. So you're basically watching a corpse find love. This is very interesting. The first half of the episode was basically them talking about COVID and Corona. They were supposed to start filming in May. They were not able to do that. But we see when she was picked and she was so happy. And Claire Bear, she got to go on Good Morning America and other ABC shows like that. And then we also see she lives in Sacramento. She has dogs. She tells us about her mom. Her mom has dementia. Her dad has passed away. She, is someone who seems very emotional, very vulnerable, and she likes younger men, which can explain why they picked the men they did for her. So finally, a half hour later, everyone's tested. They're shipped out to La Quinta first, then they're tested, masks, stuff up the nose, but everybody passed. And then it was time for us to start the party. And we were going to meet the guys. But first, we had to see Claire in her fancy mirror dress, and she had to go talk to Chris Harrison, who has been the host forever and ever. Amen. I don't think I've ever heard of another host for this show. He's quite famous. Good for you, Chris. That is some job security. And they talk and they have an interview, and she's 39, you guys. I don't know how many times they made her say she's 39. I think they keep having to remind the audience because everyone watching is like, wait a minute. Okay, wait. She's the star, but she's so old. No, because regular people don't think 39 is old. But in Hollywood terms, I think as a woman, I'm just like, well, I have to watch this. She is finally able to go out and meet the guys, and the limos arrive, which seems a little much since they're all staying at the resort. And they could have easily just walked up, but I guess that's a tradition that they do here in The Bachelorette. So good for them. Way to waste gas. And they come out, and I'm just going to share my screen so we can see the men in question. Now, I don't remember the exact order they came out, but Chris Harrison, hey, looking good, buddy. Look at those teeth. Those are some nice veneers and whitening. I was shocked. So my reactions to the dudes, too young, in my opinion. As a 40-year-old woman, I like younger. My husband is 36. But 28, if I'm 39, I am not going with a 28-year-old. Where I was at 28 was not at all where I am today. That's a very big age difference, especially women and men, just in my opinion. So to see someone like AJ, who's a software salesman, and this guy goes up to her. First of all, he's got a maroon suit. Okay, Adam Levine. And he holds her hands. I think this is the guy who basically crushed her hands and told her 2% of the population have green eyes. What, AJ? I have green eyes. I think he said 2% of the population. She literally shrieked and was like, ow. And he squeezed her hand so tightly. And he's like, I haven't touched a woman in a long time. Calm down, AJ. Okay. At this time, COVID had only been out for like 5 months in the US. So, I mean, you still should not be crushing women with your hold on their hands. Then we have Ben. Didn't really see a lot of Ben. 29, Army veteran living in Venice. I would be like, probably, likes to party a little bit, even though he does look really straight edge. The Venice throws me off because I think of skateboards and I think of surfboards and I think of weed and I think of not being motivated. But that's just me. Not because of the weed, because of the Venice. Then we have Bennett. Now, Bennett is a wealth management consultant. And Bennett in this picture looks better than he does on camera in person, because when he walked out with his scarf, and he didn't show up in a limo, he showed up in a Bentley because he wanted to show her like this is the life. But when he came out, I was like, Jared Kushner, he scared me. I'm gonna have nightmares about Bennett. So I would not. First of all, I wouldn't date someone named Bennett. My husband would be mad, and I just don't really think that is a name I would go for. I guess I am kind of picky with my names. And he literally looks like Jared Kushner, and it scared the shit out of me. Okay, then we have Blake. And Blake is a male grooming specialist in Phoenix. Now, I used to live in Phoenix, but what the frick is a male grooming specialist? How can you be a male grooming specialist when in your picture, your headshot, you didn't even brush your hair? He might have to go back into training. Okay, we have Blake. Now, at first, I look at someone like Blake, and Blake's 29. He's a wildlife manager. And I think, no, no, it's too woodsy. And I'm from Minnesota, so I'm all about the woods, but that's real woodsy. That's Paul Bunyan, okay? But then I like that he's a wildlife manager, and I like that he's from Canada. I'm partial to Canadians because I'm almost Canadian. So I'd give him a chance. Then we have Brandon. Brandon's gorgeous. He looks like a soccer player. He looks like that famous soccer player I can't name because I only know Bravo housewives, not sports people. And he's 28. Again, too young. And from Cleveland. I never knew that hot of people came from Cleveland. That's not a knock on Cleveland. I just didn't think they made him that hot in Cleveland. Hot in Cleveland. That was a show with Betty White, wasn't it? Yeah, I think so. Brendan, 30, commercial roofer. He's a cutie. He's got the curls. I think he showed up in a bow tie. Still pushing a little young. He looks a little fetusy, but 30's a little closer. Anything in the 20s, I wouldn't be looking at. Then we have Chasen. Chasen, the teeth. I saw, it's a lot of teeth. Handsome guy, but a lot of teeth. And then I see kissing later in a preview. I think it was Chasen. And I was like, ooh, it's a lot of teeth. And he's an account executive, which puts me to sleep. He's 31 though. So that's good. And he has beautiful skin. Then we got Chris. Chris is a landscape design salesman. No, he's from Salt Lake City, Utah. Utah's beautiful, but he's 27. 27. At 27, I didn't even know I was an alcoholic yet. You know what I mean? You grow a lot in that time. So I would just say no. But there's other 28, 29, 30-year-old women that I'm sure would be very interested. Then we got Dale. Dale's 31. He's a former pro football wide receiver. Oh my gosh, that sounds sexy, but I bet it's not a sexy position. I don't know. Do they go wide and catch? I'd have to ask my husband. But or a friend or a girlfriend who likes football. Don't be sexist, Joleen. Okay, so Dale, 31, former pro football. This is the guy. When he walks up, Claire Bear just lost her shit. She just was like, I think I met my husband. Then she starts crying. And I'm like, is she ovulating? Why is she so emotional? I know this is like her 4th time, but this chick cries a lot. Do all the chicks cry a lot? Feel free to answer all these random questions I'm throwing at you in the comments if you've been watching for a while. Now, Dale, 31, so better. Football player, it's like they tend to wander. I know that's a stereotype, but professional athletes, they get a lot of genital attention. So I might stay away from that. But he's from South Dakota. So that's kind of grounded, down to earth. They have Mount Rushmore. I don't know. And he's really tall. And sometimes, it's like that ongoing joke that women have. It's like, is he super hot or is he just tall? I think he might be both, but he's definitely tall. DeMar, I don't remember a lot about DeMar. Oh, the spin cycling instructor from Scottsdale. I used to live in Scottsdale. beautiful, gorgeous, but you're 26, baby. Like your car insurance just went down. Okay. You should be worrying about Geico and enjoying that moment and not with a 40-year-old. And that's going both ways. I just think that's a huge age gap. And if you're out there and you're like, screw you, 40-year-old lady, my husband's a lot younger. We make it work. Good for you. I'm just speaking biasly for myself. Then we have Easy. He's a sports marketing agent. Now he showed up in a salmon suit. He looks like a lot of fun, but he also looks like a lot. So I'm a lot and he's a lot. I love how I've turned this into who I would date, even though I'm not even single and they're not at all interested in me, but this is what we're going with. So Easy, 29. A lot. It's a big personality. He had a sign. We started getting guys with props. That became a thing. And I think that's a thing every season. And it was like future husband. Then he jumped out of it. That was, I think the salmon suit spoke for itself. You didn't need all the props. His personality and the salmon suit. So once the episode went on, we saw more of his personality. But in that first impression, if that's all I got, I'd be like, that's going to be a no for me. Okay, Ed's 36. He's a healthcare salesman. Now, he's very age appropriate, but his neck is too strong for me. I have a strong neck. He has a strong neck. Our baby will ruin the world with its neck. So I would have passed. Okay, this guy interested me, Garen, because he's a professor of journalism. A professor? Hi, call me. That means you're really smart, right? Or maybe not. I don't know. I don't know what school he's a professor at, but in North Hollywood, he seems kind of down to earth and 34, more age appropriate. Then we have Ivan, another baby, but he's an aeronautical, I don't even know if I said that right, engineer out of Dallas, Texas. Oh God. I mean, literally, I look like I could have birthed him. Like and I feel the same way for Claire. She could have teen mommed him. You know what I mean? It's just, it's too young. Jason, another former pro football guy. He also had a big personality. Is he the one that came out of the bubble? I think he might be. There was a big plastic bubble he rolled out. It's a lot, Jason. And if that's not you, you look like a guy that would do that. So it's still a lot. Jay is a fitness director. Just very vanilla, very vanilla. Jeremy, 40, banker. He told her, if you want to spend your life laughing, and I'm like, Jeremy, that's a lie. I would evict him. I know we don't evict. I'm used to watching Big Brother, but I would send him packing. I would tear up the rose and throw it at him because he's a banker in Washington, D.C. He has never made anyone laugh in his life. He's made them cry for sure, but I don't know any funny bankers, and I know a lot of bankers, strangely. Joe's an anesthesiologist. Yes. Okay. 36. Yes. Let's go home. Let's make a baby. Let's get married. They make good money, you guys. And they're smart. And I guess he's sexy. Is he sexy? He's like, okay, sexy. So I would say yes. I would say yes to Joe. Jordan's a sophomore. He's 26. I can't even look at him. I feel like I'm breaking the law. He's cute, but no, thank you. Then we have Jordan. Jordan's a cybersecurity engineer, super smart, Santa Monica. I would definitely live in Santa Monica, so I would consider him. Kenny, 39, boy band manager. No, he showed up with a t-shirt with her dogs on it. Creepy. That's too much. It's too much for me. That's no. And what boy band are you managing? Guess what? I did the research, you guys. It's a boy band cover band. It's really creepy. Just that title. Do you remember the guy? I think he's RIP now, but if he's not, sorry. But he was the manager of like the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC when they started, and he looked super creeps. You don't want to be a boy band manager. That doesn't make the ladies tingly in their underpants. Not at all. And then we have Mike. Mike, he got a good edit to where early on, he was trying to be funny. He was in the tub. He was like, I'm Mike. I'm a digital media advisor from Calgary. So I was like, oh, okay, well, I'm not a big facial hair person, but he's from Canada. So I was like, I'll give him a chance. But then he didn't end up getting a rose in the end. Then we have Paige. Oh, Paige, he got the shaft too, if you will. That's probably not a good term to use for the guys, but a lot of tats. And I like a tat. Believe me, I like a tat. But his heart was tatted over his heart. And like he had a giant size heart tatted over his heart. And then the fingies, everything was super tatted. And I think he had a lip job. I'm just going to go out there and say, and that's not mean. Good for you, Paige. Do it. But in the end, he was sent packing. Riley, 30, attorney. I'd consider it because an attorney. Long Island, we'd have to move. Long Island City. Okay, so yeah, I think we'd have to move. Robbie, 31, insurance broker, Tampa. We have to move. Cute smile. Um, hmm. Tyler C. Ooh, Tyler C. caused some drama, some major drama. 27, right there. You're going to be a problem. When I was 27, I was a problem. I was just starting trouble because I was 27. And I think, by the time you're like 25, 23, your brain just fully develops. So you're getting used to that new fully formed adult brain. So Tyler C., he was coming out of, I think, West Virginia. He's a lawyer, but he's like a baby lawyer, and he had some dirt on, so there's two Tylers, Tyler C and Tyler S. We'll do Tyler S first. Tyler S, 36, music manager. Okay. We'll see what happens. Musical guys can be hot. Totally. But speaking of Tyler C, we have Yosef. Oh, Yosef. 30, medical device salesman. Daphne, Alabama. I think that's where he's from. And let's just say Tyler C was on the Insta. Because here's what happened, you guys. There's lots of spoilers and things that have already happened in this Bachelor Nation world because the show was put on break for a while, not knowing when they would actually go into production due to COVID-19. So some of them were hitting up Clare, and Clare Bear was like, hey, what's up? I'm in Sacramento with my dogs. I'm lonely. Let's chat. And not only were they chatting, but apparently, according to Tyler C., out in West Virginia, he knows lots of eligible single ladies who would somehow be in contact with Yosef over in Alabama. I didn't know Bama and West Virginia were all, buddy, but apparently they are. And so Tyler knew a girl that Yosef was hitting up when he was supposed to be waiting to fall in love with Clare. What's wrong with you, Yosef? It seems silly because he hadn't quite met her, but he was booked on the show. So I feel like you should at least stay single until you're kicked off the show or you win. It's grimy. It's grimy. So Tyler C told the other dudes, and then also told Yosef, pulled him aside, man to man, was like, hey, I know this thing about you. My friend I'm doing a horrible Tyler C accent, but you know what I'm saying. My friend said you were hitting her up on the DMs. And Yosef's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And then Yosef took the information and went right to Clare Bear. And Claire was like, hold please, I'm 39. I've been down this road before. Let me bring in both parties because I want you two to have to hash it out. So they did. I thought for sure Clare Bear was going to be like, peace out, Yosef. Because me, as someone who is Claire's age, just a little bit older, I would have pieced out Yosef just upon looking at him, just on his cocky personality. No, thank you, sir. He looks like the guys that just dropping DMs, dropping dick pics into DMs, waiting for someone to say yes. He doesn't look picky, if you know what I mean. So no, what happened is she ended up giving Yosef a chance and sent Tyler C packing. And Tyler C, he was like, she's just going to have to find out. I'm probably the first person to notice. And eventually she'll find out. And I feel bad for her. But he still hugged her and was super nice about it. But this is the thing. This is why I'm like a little, I don't know about Clare Bear. Because if she's willing to go forward with someone named Yosef, are you really that serious? Tyler C, yeah, I know. He seems like he's a narc, okay? But you want to keep one narc in your group of guys who can tell you everything you need to know so you know who to pick off. You know what I mean? You got to have that like non-sexual friend and you can just kind of string them along. I know that sounds shitty, but you're 39, okay? And I get it. She's like, we got to start making a baby. I understand that because I haven't made a baby yet either. And like the clock is ticking. The clock might be broken. I don't know. I got to figure it out. But I definitely would have got rid of Yosef and she didn't. And it was very dramatic. We waited. They were the last two to see if they get a rose. And it was Yosef. Blech. Okay, then we have Zach C. She likes him. He's an addiction specialist, which is a very noble job. Lives in New Jersey, but I didn't see the attraction there. And then we have Zach J. And he's a cleaning service owner. And no, that's going to be a no for me. No. I know Dorinda from the Housewives loved herself a cleaning service owner guy, but I don't have that much dry cleaning or cleaning. I don't have that much space to clean where that could benefit me. And I just, So the guys were able to get some one-on-one time with Clare. Again, very emotional. And a lot of them connected on personal levels, whether it be, I forgot which one of the guys, I'm sorry, my cat's butt is blocking my mouse here, but it wasn't Ed. It was someone who kind of looks like Ed. It was Blake. Pretty sure it was Blake. If I'm wrong, correct me. who contacted her when they were waiting to see when they went into production, because she had posted something, I think, on her social media about her mom, and her mom broke her nose, and her mom's in assisted living because she has dementia and Alzheimer's, and it's a really sad situation. And so she felt like he broke the rules and took a risk for her to make sure she was okay. And that was super sexy. And then they were like, blah, blah, and they like kissed. They went at it. First night kiss. Why not? You're 39. Again, you're not going to waste any time. At 39, you're not wasting time. Now, I like this. This is like an expedited bachelorette. You're not going to be like, hey, I don't know. You're like, let's see if it works. Like, open your pants. Let's see what we're working with here. And then she had to pick her first impression, her favorite first impression. I got to learn these terms, you guys, but work with me here. The best first impression, whatever it was, it gets the first rose. And it was Dale. Oh, I think Blake thought it was going to be Blake because he had reached out to her. For some reason, I'm thinking that, no, it's Blake. Yeah. Blake thought it was going to be him. And she was like, I know you reached out to me about my mom and stuff, but this dude's like 7 feet tall. So it's like, you're nice, but he's tall. And that just goes to prove, guys, you can be as nice as you want to be. But in the end, height trumps everything. And I don't know why that is, but it is for like 90% of the female population. In the words of Whitney Houston, it's not right, but it's okay. We're going to make it. Or I'm going to make it. Anyway. And then her and Dale had a connection over his sister. So his sister also is a similar situation during COVID where she might be high risk. So they're not able to see each other, just as Claire's not able to see her mom because she's at this nursing facility. So it's a sad situation. There's lots of emotion, and you can just tell she's just a smitten kitten for Dale. The show's over. Like, I feel like this is the finale and the premiere. It's the premiere and the finale. Because what we know is that our little Clare Bear, she's only going to last about 2 weeks as the Bachelorette. So the oldest Bachelorette, like I said, expedited, just in and out. She's ready. She's like, are we walking down the aisle or what? There's going to be some drama in between, which will be fun to see. But she is going to be replaced by another Bachelorette contestant because she basically says, I'm done. I'm leaving. Me and Dale, did you see how tall he is? Like, I quit right when he walked out. There was another tall guy, but this tall guy trumped him for some reason. And so I'm outie, 5,000, and I'll catch you never. But I think they're going to bring in another Bachelorette who obviously I'm not familiar with, but Bachelor Nation is familiar with. And I believe her name is Tasia. I looked her up on Instagram because I Instagram stalked all these people, and she looks gorgeous. And she's 30 and perfect. I am here for it. But this will be a very interesting situation to see this all play out, and also a very interesting season, and especially for me to start on, because it's unprecedented where all of a sudden, you know, we're in COVID-19, they're off in La Quinta, and then you have the oldest Bachelorette. I feel like I'm the oldest YouTuber. And to know that these people had enough time to be in contact with each other. So this could be not just because she's 39 that she connected so much with Dale, but also because they could have been going down in the DMs before this, which that's speculated on a lot of sites and spoiler sites, and that guy Steve who covers stuff and now dates, I think he still dates Kat Dunn from BB21. If you guys know what I'm saying, if those words mean anything to you, it's like Reality Steve. I didn't know who he was, and I saw him, I was like, oh, cool. That's where I'm at with The Bachelorette. I was actually entertained, okay? It was between this and The Amazing Race. I tried with The Amazing Race, you guys. I did. It looks like a wonderful, wholesome show, but this looks like a better train wreck, and I'm down for a train wreck, especially finding out that this Bachelorette is about to be done pretty soon, and there's going to be lots of drama, so I'm excited to cover it. Hopefully, I'll have some impression videos coming out of these guys, and also Clare Bear herself, because she is quite the character. And let me know what you guys think in the comments. Who are your favorite little bachelors so far this season? Contestants. So let me know all your thoughts. You guys give this video a thumbs up. Hope you come back, and maybe we'll get some new subs out of this. It'd be great to get some Bachelor Nation fans over here on my channel and join me for the chaos that we have. Like I said, I'll be going live, hopefully with Ina and a couple other people. If you are a huge Bachelor fan and you're interested in going live with me about this, hit me up, okay? Because I need people to teach me what the hell is going on. I'm on board because this chick is just, I'm going to find love. And so much crying. It is so, and I'm a crier, but this is a lot of crying. This is a lot. I think I just met my husband. Girl, that's wow, that had to have went down in the DM, because the only time I have felt that instant bond is when I've adopted pets. So thank you guys so much for joining me for my first Bachelorette recap and chat with our Bachelorette, our oldest Bachelorette. I would just hate that they keep bringing that up. Bye, guys.
This ain't over.